hMPV is very much like the other common respiratory viruses that circulate with a seasonality, i.e., in the winter months, so late winter going to early spring, we do expect to see hMPV globally in those countries with seasonality every single year. So just like you'd expect there to be a flu season in those countries which are temperate and RSV, hMPV is just like that. In fact, the symptoms in the early stages of infection are very, very similar. They're very common cold-like symptoms, i.e. runny nose, stuffy nose, and in extreme cases, you can get febrile illness as well. This data shows that we've been able to set up a human viral challenge model. So this was a pilot study looking at the feasibility of this model and could we get this up and running? And in fact, the results are really very encouraging indeed. We've been able to show we got good infection rates and be able to induce clear symptoms in those volunteers we've inoculated. So this is very exciting that we're able to offer this model now to our clients to test their products with. Yes, we're now very much engaging conversation with clients to use this model to be able to test their products with, whether that be vaccines or antivirals. We have now clear evidence that we have a good model up and running. So we're now and actively having those conversations with clients and encouraging more. Human challenge trials have a really good, clear track record of being really very beneficial for vaccines and antivirals in fast tracking them to market. So, first off, they can have clear proof of concept data with these pathogens showing very clearly whether these products work or not, or whether they need to be redeveloped, and get that clear data then to go on to the larger phase 3 studies. We've seen vaccines in this type of world, particularly in RSV, where they've got breakthrough status and then able to really go through very quickly and get these products to market. So metapneumovirus is a related virus to RSV, so we expect similar things from this model. Yes, what we're seeing now is we're seeing researchers turn their attentions from RSV, where now that's been proven to be successful and those vaccines have got licensed. They've turned their research teams now into looking at hMPV because this is a very related virus. So what that's meant is very quickly we've got some really good, interesting candidates coming through for hMPV that are now looking for clinical testing. hMPV is not a virus which we would normally associate with pandemic potential, and that's because it's a human pathogen. It's been with us for many decades now, and it does gradually evolve. But what we think of as pandemic potential are those viruses where you can suddenly get a brand new type of virus entering the human population, and that's not what we're talking about with hMPV. It's a gradually evolving human virus, unlike influenza, which has a well-known animal reservoir with lots of different types of other influenza which we can get into the human population and cause a new pandemic. That's not what we think of with hMPV. However, it is still very much an important pathogen. It does cause severe disease in immunocompromised people, in elderly, and in young children. So it can still hospitalize and even indeed kill those immunocompromised individuals. So it's a very important pathogen, but it's not one we think of as a pandemic virus. Yeah, so we've got some really excellent clinical data now just emerged on this, which has shown that we've got this model and it's been set up and we know the infection rates, we've got the symptom scores, and now what we're starting now to emerge is some more immunological analysis. So we're putting all of that together for a good presentation at the RSV conference coming up. So we'll be able to present exactly the whole background to this, what all individual symptoms look like, what their immune profiles look like, how they responded to the virus, how their immune changes are. So it's a really comprehensive discussion of the model and its utility. So really quite excited to be able to give that presentation in a few months' time.